Okay, here we have Brice Cherry from the Waco Tribune. He covers Baylor home games. He knows the game and the team inside and out. First of all, your thoughts on the Stanford game the other night with Baylor, your immediate thoughts.
Yeah, it was a game that was kind of a grinded-out game. Stanford managed to keep it close by really sagging in on Brittany. It's nothing new that Brittany or Baylor has seen. A lot of teams have done that, but that was probably to the most degree that I've seen it in terms of just completely leaving a player open. And that player was usually either Jordan Madden, or when Taryn Condry subbed into the game, it was her. And of course, Taryn can shoot it a little bit and eventually start knocking down some shots. Jordan was a little gun shy in the beginning, but got more aggressive as the game went on, and I thought that was a big key.
So you know the team inside and out. How do you think the coach's diagnosis with Bell's palsy has affected this team and their morale and motivation?
Morale, I think that probably just more unified, trying to kind of rally around her a little bit. Motivation, I think they have all the motivation in the world, and I don't think the Bell's palsy has really affected that at all. I think they've been motivated since basically last year ended. It was a bitter way to end the season. I mean, it was a team they'd played 3 times prior, A&M, and had beaten them all 3 times, and they got that 4th matchup with them, and Kim wasn't real happy about facing them a 4th time, not before the Final Four. And I think it affected them, their mindset, and they clearly didn't play well. It was probably their worst game of the year, and especially for the guards, they had a rough game. So they've been motivated since that game ended, and really took that into the off season, and it carried over into this year.
But then on the other hand, you have the same situation in the Big East with Notre Dame and UConn.
Right.
And it was the flip side for Notre Dame. They were able to pull it out. Yeah. So, the situations are going to happen. What are your thoughts on that? I mean, both these teams have to grind it out no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Notre Dame, again, a team with all the motivation in the world. I mean, I actually wrote a column heading into the NCAA tournament, a little picks column, and I said I liked Notre Dame and Baylor in the final because of motivation, because these teams to me had more motivation to get there than any others, and both of them lost to A&M last year, and Notre Dame got a little farther than Baylor did. They made it to the national championship game, lost by 6. They were that close, and Baylor. Kim told Baylor in the locker room before that A&M game last year, if you win this game, you'll go on and win the national championship. Those are bold words, because they still would have had 2 games to play. So both teams know how close they were last year. They're here again. I think you're going to see an all-out, dogfight, basically. I mean, it'll be a fun game.
Quick bullet points. Last question. What are the keys for Baylor to win this game?
I think play its game, which is somewhat ambiguous, but at the same time, I think you have to play Baylor defense. I don't think they did that in the first game with Notre Dame. Nobody scores 81 against Baylor, not usually. That was a oddly high-scoring game. I don't think you'll see that same kind of game. I think if Odyssey is getting after it, and Nene and Jordan on the wings, I think you'll see more of a Baylor type defense where they're holding teams to like 30% shooting. And then, rebounding is always key. Destiny Williams has been huge in that regard for Baylor. I think they've got to keep Devereaux Peters off the offensive glass. She's kind of their one big that's out there. I mean, they basically play a 4-guard lineup. So I think those 2 things, are the main things for Baylor to pull it out and win that national championship.
All right. Thanks so much.
No problem.